MPP ni NDC election eba bebe bia omo hyebo de omo be ya afa rent ho na MPP ni edo omo bidi kan ko omo de omo opposition ya hwe de Dr. Baumia omo campaign promise manifesto 2024
Mr. Omra Facebook na TV no so ebe hwe
bi no commitments to you nti ya hwe Dr. Baumia picture na da so fefefe
we your manifesto
screen no
omo manifesto
no e cover ni nti na metwe no ti ye hwe the next page na next page now say na MPP car so omo be page 24 of omo campaign and you highlight no say social housing or say including the homeless shelters, overnight stay for the vulnerable, and an expanded rental assistance scheme for low income earners. Inti Dr. Baumia de na ni susie mu no de ombe ni say omo be sisi emiamia bi a obi obetu kwan akọ baabi na wonya baabi nda no obetumi ada ho ma ade a kene nso omo san ha adan no omo de enhihye bi ba na friend rent assistance scheme sa scheme no be boa ama omo tua omo rent ama omo yenko the next 3 or so ko bio na yenhwe de Dr. Again ko ba ko kan Dr. Baumia de no nti rent assistance scheme na nu nie o say National Rent Assistance Scheme. National Rent Assistance Scheme pays rent advances for all qualified applicants who are in the process of renewing or renting a room, an apartment, or a complete house. Our services allows renters to make monthly affordable rent. Now, Dr. Baumia she share ne omoba boama obi a wodan enfia uchi an ya so na wo san so pesa wo tena ho no omoba boama watumi adan atua na afi na akọ high edan fofora omo be so nya so omo utia ne nyina eno no an solve the main issues of rent afi yenko John Mahama ne picture no ti MPP de omo susua no omo de be ma Ghana fo e bo hye omo campaign manifesto no MDC de no omo campaign manifesto mienu de edi kan na eno ye for Ghana fo nyina de na omo fra no resetting Ghana agenda manifesto ana na omo de fra no the youth manifesto. And no, that's no youth manifesto and also John Mahama so picture that's so fair for say John Mahama 2024 pledge to young people. And also you quote the next page, you know, near dear John Mahama Kai under the title Political Inclusion, Good Governance and Youth Warfare. Quote the next page, you know, a honor rent asem to quote next page and see na and no title or say rent or say we will ensure advance rent payments do not exceed 6 months in line with rent control regulations. So I say MPP ni NDC. But I say ye de ebe boamo ma motumi atua mo rent. But I say ye de ye mboamo but the ebe ama mo ne say Ghana mra no ye operate with 2 rent laws. The Rent Act of 1963 no ye Act 220 and a Rent Control PNDC law 138. Rent Control Act ne say eni se fiewura bia ege edan akatua a ebro bosomi insia ti watu akra na sese bosomi insia so yeni so o mai ma no sisi ana between 2 years and even 3 years ebi moje 3 years rent advance NDC de no omo ka so omo be ya ma Ghana fo no enu ni na afi yen kohwe de Rent Act no eka the next 3 Rent Act of 1963 enu ni na sa Rent Act ehu ya pa ebe ma ehu ni enti a yentumi ndi sa 6 months na so sisi a me no wo ka sei o say Section 25 clause 5 of the Rent Act must say a person who as a condition of the grant, renewal or continuance of a tenancy demands in the case of a monthly or shorter tenancy the payment in advance of more than 6 months rent, or in the case of tenancy exceeding 6 months the payment in advance of more than 6 months rent, commits an offense and is liable to a conviction by the direct magistrate to a fine not exceeding 250 penalty. You see the way can you say me be high would die short stay or a long term or me high 2 years in pa enisa woje I dan akatu e bro bosumi insia 6 months na say wo pa won asem na wo ye fira na ogia why your boni atia Ghana mra eno no rent magistrate otemuafo bi betumi a fine no 250 penalty. Now onim nana ye rent law we no na 1963 next page na yen hwa de the ma ye sa law way in 1963 say Ghana fo nyina beka 1963 na Ghana efia wo ha no dodo na ye abusuafia na aban dwuma de from the government public sector workers no omo na no omo dɔɔso saa time no na yɛ police for teacher for soldier for ne de keka ho no na yɛ ta transfer saa nkɔɔfoɔ ne pantina obi yɛ aban adwuma ne dodo na no na omo ntra baabi embro even 1 year na 2 years na yasa transfer ne de ne kɔ baabi foforo enti omo yɛ saa mra we ne saa bre no de na ɛkɔ so omo mu na omo hwɛ de yɛ tina me nana no a railway worker me nana tina me tuma kasa Ghana baabi no ana railway so on tena ɔtena Huni Valley ɔtena Pristia obewie odunkwa ɔnofe enti saa time no obi betumi police ne betumi transfer no akɔ baabi no akɔ di boso mi nsia pɛ enti so okotua rent more than 6 months. I mean, say all kono ni sika eden akem. This otna 6 months na edu na se na adwuma sama na tena another 6 months. Enu nti na ye samra we 19 connect page na ha de 1963. Na Ghana your population ye just 7,458,000 pe. And the Ghana population in 2026 is 35 million. That is about 23% increase from 1963. And then urbanization nipa na dodo na etu eba nkrom na adan so wo nkrom na eden eswa enti the solution to your problem no 1963 en atwamu da say sa rent law win aban atugu na ye new rent clause ehwe Ghana sisi aye your situation na na make 1963 na ye public workers na do so they are just about 53,000 public workers in Ghana and then government payroll over 688,000 people na also adan Ghana your housing deficit of about 1.8 million tinipa ne do so chen adan no ti ka say ne so obi nje rent just 6 months ade a wo ye ne say nipa bebre ye betu omo because nya de omo benya adan atenam ti de say aban ye ne say sisi aye koye nim na nipa dɔɔso na adan esua no the sesa aban ye nso omo go back to the friend rent control and kasa law no rent control law no ma aban tumi a otumi kyerɛ ɛdan bia no say 2 bedroom 1 bedroom any area ɛwɔ no rent ɛse yɛsɛ ntia bia betuma ka sɛ ɔte amekoma dan dodo na e bia between chamber and hall ne single room no say chamber and hall As I wagye akɔ anim akra bi 700 Ghana. Say a single room one je kra na bi 250. Sa rent control regime na say implemented. Amanyoko MPP ni NDC no mo solution no. Enya dia ebona na eto mo ntumi go by PNDC law 138 na e kire ekwan ye fa so settle rent na because omo nyina na omo suro say ye beto ati omo. Enti no omo ntumi ntach no. But the point is that if we are say be bia ni hɔ a ukwa say ya China, say ya America, say ya Denmark, ye ni rent control laws. Say landlord in area, we say areas ni na enyepe. Your class A communities or Ghana, East Legon, and to say me baby a metino. Ti ye hwes aban hwes amia no. Adan e wo ho no, all the me patcho near me kwa adan ni mu, a dining room so do one facilities e wom no. No mo dey accept say sa adan type say into your categories of home. Category of home say no say chamber and hall ubetumi ahye starting price no kwa brocha sa no me and listings no starting price na bia $100 to bia $500 landlord bia no obetumi agi abro $500 o yes sir abani ni obedi that is what the politician should propose enya sir nana the rent control man na ye no enya dia eso be man fa so because exploitation koso even though there are laws no the laws are outdated said America 1963 rent control the conditions in 1963 no enye no na wo Ghana ene ya me no wo ka say
right. Thank you so much. So the ABHN say yense samranim na intimate support say say 1 year na wo say no me 2 years advance na on obviously me share than tiase because if somebody ebetimi aye 1 year there has to be that option. Say a 2 years, but actually 1 year.
That is the point.
The point is that minyantina mukren wiye. Osu minche 2 years. Minyantia wiu. But se mitimenya half a mau. Ebia ade no osu minche ebia 10,000 for 2 years. Menya 5,000 a mau. And you say okay, so you can give the person maybe 6 months or whatever to make sure so betia the other one no crowd.
If we are see baby and see
I don't get it.
Rent advance na illegal. And say it happen. What should happen? They say maybe high would die. Oh, na me sushi maybe I'm in my back kumas maybe tena kumas for 5 years. As I said, between the busumi bia na dema. Patron dey me patron. But there should be the option say me shana mi wosika a bit me to me dey tua for 1 year. ɛsɛ sɛ metua because Ghana ha no ye mudodo na ye de friend bosome adwuma ti wakatua no bosome ne ba ɛna wode ye de opɛ so ye enti na wi a wokɔ America wokɔ UK ne de keka wa landlord bi enu oje rent 2 years and 1 year ebom ɛyɛ 1 month na ɛso a month na so a you pay ti u issue check ne yatua to landlord and answer wo pay no utumi yama wo employers eti a part of it for rent ti yatua to landlord na account mu straight ti the IM say wo hwe na wo sika kese bi da baabi a pɛ so odi tua 1 year ɛmo de obetum ne landlord na agree say me pɛ sɛ me tua 1 year ɔte ahia no watua but the regime should be that every Ghanaian should pay monthly rent ti say I agree say bosom ne 700 a bosom ne megima ketua na metua because me be share adwuma so okuma share na me ni aketua no me nkofa sika sa 2 years na be a time running to thousands of Ghana citizens if you for na media amount ti na make I said that 1963 law no etwa Ghana must get into a new rent regime and that rent regime must be in accordance with international standards. Number one,
I think sir,
the payment should be monthly.
No, but I think sir, the money here is because abrochire they able to at least manage their inflation within a certain period.
Yeah.
Ebi ebeti mi credit the bear 5 years so na enyoma bon share down cost ru bebree. Unfortunately in Ghana no, you cannot predict because this is where yenya and the MPP inflation go 53 and about 23 and to be an aba hwan and then as food
and a month on month
no
around 2 point
and you should see now omunso ya normally and if you're for near cement boy you say hwan boy you say so I would have agreed with you which is okay some months in a year but the challenge is that the reality is if you for no omu tuma no mu cement bo oh tuma na the other cost need to look at say yatoto nyoma mu ntie ne say ya dear my only a year nke betimi aboane say first of all the cement industry no political and ntina na anka jata cement Ibrahim Mahamadi no ka abanhye da ye conscious so obeka ya emre bi Dangote cement ba ye no Emma normal cement for nyina ba from me hu de ye no musa ye ya ma papa ne sa ko ye.
The problem with Ghana they say you need protectionism. If you see baby obeku bia no governments have local protectionism schemes a ebo omo produce niema wo man mu buy. On say Dangote say o produce emo wo Nigeria ban the importation of rice from China.
Yeah.
Oh, ni uni mi ntia. Say yen kramu fi China wo ye Nigeria no po beto.
Ono na bedi.
Sanity. And what America, when he says, and I mean, what I say, China produces one of the best cars in the world.
Yeah.
In terms of technology, in terms of luxury, and so America, a lot of Chinese cars here important to America. It doesn't go there.
Yeah.
The reason is they are protecting Tesla. Tesla they go into the EV industry first, but then BYD need the I overtake Tesla in terms of technology, in terms of price. American say China, if there's an influx, China's cars do na nyabo mo mind Tesla ebegu, and omo pese Tesla begu. Ghana ye nyes hard ni bida. Ye local Tesla kan jata cement. The only Ghanaian a year na wa ha gasem. But then no edwaso you a lot of Chinese cement ne ade e wo ho ene jata cement e compete ne boy for change jata cement te now say ne boy for no Ghana for be kwa akoto but aban bi opeso grow ni local industries no what they do is that they protect local entrepreneurs and industrialists and think ha no you betuma I say two things either say you ban absolute ban on importation of cement from China ne de ekeka no and now say you increase tariffs on the importations. And he said, Obi kwa kra China cement, but no him say a 2 obetuity or so no. About 100 times what supply Jata cement. Indirectly, you are protecting Jata cement and you are growing the local cement industry in Ghana. So that is the fundamental problem. Until government does that, said you can build Ghana have building materials. Yes, still we import steel and the iron rods if you China near the prices up. Nigeria has done sugar. Nigeria, there's limited importation of sugar into Nigeria. And they placed a 2-year ban. Said they be a Dangote mono or process oil or hono amount for better.
Nigeria for now.
Dangote cement. China cement no omo bane no edu ba bia afi China no omo ye no omo yes afi omo increase tariffs into kwa Nigeria Dangote cement eboofo China de no to Nigeria ne ade na obeto open value for money.
All right.